You are listening to Random Gameplay Pimpin.
What is going down? What is going down? It is your boy, Studio MacGyver, and you are listening to Random Gameplay Pimpin'. Welcome to the show, guys. If you're new to the show, welcome to the podcast. If you're into nerd culture, if you're into anime, and most importantly, if you are into video games, then you come to the right place because we talk about all of that shit here. This is episode 303. Man, I have a few things I'd like to get off my chest this episode. It's been a pretty hefty week. Gonna talk about a few things here. Got some news I want to talk about. Some Mandalorian. Got some RedFall. Got some Legend of Dragoon. Got some Naruto and Dragon Ball talk today. And that's not even including the most recent state of play that I'm going to get into and what I've been playing this past week. And my anime watch list, which is pretty bare bones, pretty simple this past week, guys. I'll get into all that in two shakes of a lamb's tail. So first, I guess I'll start with my anime watch list because it's the most redundant thing right now on this list, guys. And I'm just simply watching One Piece. One Piece is long as hell. If you're an anime fan, you know what I'm talking about. I think it's over 1,200 episodes now, if I'm not mistaken. Somewhere around there, guys, and still going strong. So I don't know when One Piece is going to end, but I am on episode, I'm approaching 300, like I said before. So I'm around like 290, something like that. So yeah, got a little anime done, not much, but when I'm laying in bed and doing my thing, about to go to bed, I typically watch One Piece. That's what I've been doing. So I'm trying to catch up on One Piece. I know there's a lot of other anime I need to be watching, catching up on. There are a couple that I watch on a weekly basis. And other than that, that's it. You got Villain Saga, you have Nier Automata, and things like that. So as far as like binging, the only anime I'm pretty much binging or have binged in the last couple of weeks have been One Piece. So there you have it, guys, my anime watch list for this week. I got some news I want to talk about. There's a lot of things going on. We just had this Sony State of Play. Going to talk about that. I don't think a lot of us were ready for this, but I'm going to get into that. But first, I want to start off with The Mandalorian for all my Star Wars fans out there. It snuck up on me. I mean, it's amazing how when you involve yourself in certain things and you kind of lose yourself in your life, in your world, things pass you up. So things you're looking forward to and you're thinking in your mind, damn, it's going to be a while before I have a chance to enjoy that. It creeps up on you. And The Mandalorian is one of those things. The Mandalorian season 3 is upon us. It's coming out Wednesday, first episode. So if you guys didn't know, or if you forgot, or if you let it pass you by, I'm just here to remind you that The Mandalorian season 3, the first episode airs this coming Wednesday. So be looking out for that. I really love The Mandalorian. And I love the shows. It's been great these last couple of seasons. So I'm really anxious to see what they're going to do this third season, how they're going to move forward with this whole story. It's going to be cool. Anyway, the guy who plays the Mandalorian has got a lot going on because he's also doing The Last of Us, which is an excellent, awesome show as well. So yeah, man, he's out there doing his thing on TV. So shout out to him. Anyway, let's get into some video games, shall we, guys? First thing I want to talk about is a little bit of some news. RedFall, yes. RedFall, a game I was interested in playing. I think I mentioned this on the show before. It's a first-person shooter. It's a pretty expansive world. You know, I'd say semi-open world, if you want to give it a term. You're dealing with vampires and other creatures, okay? Gameplay looked pretty good. I've seen, a pretty good amount of it, and anybody can, if you want to just Google RedFall, just check it out. But it's coming out, I want to say it's coming out in May sometime. I could be wrong on that. But anyway, the reason why I bring this up anyway is because this is going to be a free a game on Game Pass, so I'm not going to be hurting. But if you guys are thinking about buying this, you may want to think twice. And sometimes this thing doesn't matter to people, but for a lot of us, this thing does matter. And I'm talking about the online connection requirement for this game. This game is going to require you to be connected online, even for the single player campaign, because this game has single player campaign and it also has, of course, multiplayer. So they encourage multiplayer, of course, which most people and companies do because they want you to partake in the stuff that they'll probably end up offering later on down the line, paid services or anything like that. Even though this game is, I think, a full price game too, if I'm not mistaken. So it's not a free to play game by any stretch of the imagination, but companies still are bold enough to charge you full price for a game. And then on top of that, they want a paid service, practice on top of all of that too. So they say, okay, pay for the game, and then turn your head, what's that over there? And when you look, by the time you come back around, guess what? They have a tub of warm butter in their hands. That's what this is. I frown down on games that require an online connection, especially if it's a single player campaign, and I feel some type of way about that, guys. If you have a single player game, you should allow the players to play it offline, single player. Things happen all the time. There's been plenty of times where my internet was acting crazy, and it usually happens in the dead of night, but sometimes it could happen during the day. It's happened for me both times, and we all have these hiccups with the internet. Sometimes it's down for an hour, sometimes it's down for a few hours. Some people are looking forward to some of these games. Maybe they're off work. They put time aside to play a lot of these games, and only for their internet to act up, and then they have to suffer through and wait for it to come back on before they can play. So they've lost hours of time. It's just an inconvenience more so than anything else, but still an inconvenience that nobody, especially gamers, want to experience. Okay. If you can avoid this shit at all times, I promise you we would all choose to do that, but it is what it is. I just wanted to share this news with you guys, just in case you were thinking about picking this up or paying for it or whatever. Like I said, it shouldn't be a big deal. It shouldn't really be that bad of a thing. Like I said, as long as your internet stays on, you should be golden. But just the simple fact that you have to be connected on a lot of these games, it just kind of kills me, and I don't understand it. I really have a hard time kind of trying to understand that if you buy a game and your internet goes out for whatever reason, that you cannot play it unless you are logged into your Xbox account, Xbox Live account or whatever. Now, PlayStation, when it comes to certain games, they don't do that. Nintendo either. Okay. And this is completely separate from what I'm talking about with RedFall, but with Game Pass, at least in my experience, I've actually paid for games and my internet had went out at one point. And I tried to go to those games to play them because I'm like, oh, well, I paid for this. This should be an offline game. But I still could not play because I would have to be online, logged into my Xbox account. And it just sucked. Okay, so there's a lot of fuckery going on out here. And that's why I don't like a lot of those. And that's why I'm also a collector of video games and the retro stuff too, because I'm gonna tell you right now, guys, I'm a person who's never going to be without something to play. I don't give a damn if it's a handheld or what, a Nintendo DS, 3DS, if it's a Retroid Pocket, whatever it is, I am going to have something to play at my fingertips. I don't give a damn. I'm ready for everything. Okay. Internet gets down, shuts down. Cool. I got something to do. Anything happens, power outages or something, I have things fully charged and ready to go. Okay. I don't give a fuck. I am playing something. Okay. Even if I don't, just knowing that I have something whenever I feel the need to, it makes me sleep better at night. And that's just maybe because I'm a gamer. I don't know, man. Maybe this shit isn't normal. I don't care. This is me. This is what I love. So that's what we're doing. But anyway, just wanted to share that information, the RedFall situation with you guys. Yeah, I'm going on to a side tangent. Let me get off of that. But now let's move on to the next lecture at hand. And let's talk about a game that a lot of retro fans are really upset about right now, including one of my friends. And this game is Legend of Dragoon. Okay, they just recently put this game out. I want to say on the 23rd. I mean, it just came out. Okay, and a lot of people are very upset because for whatever reason, I can't explain it, but the game is available on the Sony network, okay? On the highest tier list, I think it's the one that's $17.99, where you get the PlayStation games, you get the PlayStation 2, so on and so forth. But anyway, a lot of people are mad because they got this game and they aren't able to play it. It's broken right now, okay? And I'm trying to figure out how the fuck does a company like Sony put out a game like this? This is an old PlayStation 1 game, an emulated game. And how do you put this shit out broken? I don't know why. I don't know. I guess they didn't feel that they needed to test this game because it's an old retro type of game. So, that's a budget. That's something that goes into a gaming budget. Sometimes you need testers and you need to make sure that the game plays well and there's no kinks in it or whatever. But I guess they assumed because it was a PlayStation 1 game, it would be no problem to emulate this. And apparently that's not the case, because people are going to play these games, and the power of the internet now is you will be exposed. There's no hiding from things that you have done, whether you like it, whether it's fair or not. You just can't. People are going to call you out. If you claim you've beaten a certain game or done this or done that, guess what? People will go and look into your shit and pull up your gamer tag and find out if you did this or did that. Okay. There's always crazy ways that people come up with these things, and you have to be aware of those things. That's all I'm saying. And hopefully they're putting out a patch. They're working on something. Usually they do. It's got enough press because it fell into my lap and I wasn't even really looking that hard. So I know that they know they have some work to do. Okay. If you look up a certain butter in your local stores, you may find one that actually says The Legend of Dragoon on the side. So I'm just telling everybody, if you're thinking about picking this classic up, you might want to wait for a second. I actually have this on the Retroid Pocket 3 Plus, and I haven't played it or anything, but it is downloaded there. But I'm wondering if that one is going to play fine. I'm assuming that it is. I think this emulation is something different, and it was made to, I'm basically saying if I had this same emulated game and I put it on the PlayStation 5 or maybe even PlayStation 4, I don't think it would play right. I think there's some technical things that have to be done to move that over to the PlayStation, and I think they just did a terrible job of testing this out. I don't think anybody tested it. I think they just did some things and then put it out there. And now you see what's going on. So now they actually have to put people on this. So now you got bad press and you have to fix this when you could have just taken care of it earlier. Let me just say this also for future games that are coming out, future PlayStation 1 titles or PlayStation 2, whatever games they decide to put out on this thing here that they're promoting, they probably want to get a team together and check out some of these games and test some of these games, even if it's just one person who's doing it. Find a super fan of the game and have them run through it or something. Whatever you need to do, Sony, get it done though, because you have a couple more of these hiccups, it's not going to go over well with the fans in that that subscription tier. They're going to probably cancel it, and you're going to be looking at a lot of quality control. That's all I'm saying here. I just wanted to share that too. So Sony, you need to get on your shit. That's all I'm saying. Now, I want to talk about this state of play because it was shit. I'm just being honest with you guys. I'm not candy coating it. It was not very good. Okay. They showed 5 VR games, which I'm not even going to discuss because they were all hot garbage in my opinion. Now, listen, I'm not a VR guy. I never pretended to be one, and I'm not going to now. I'm just not there with the VR yet. I think the VR is making leaps. Okay, but I don't think we're there yet to where it warrants somebody paying all this money for what it does now, what you get when you pay for it. Okay, because they showed these games off and they looked horrible to me. I'm sorry, they did. They did not look good at all. They all looked the same in different aspects of it. There's a weapon in one hand, and in the other hand, there's some sort of magic that you can spring from your hands. But the graphics, it looked muddy and it just didn't look good, man. It didn't look good. They still, most of them had the syndrome where you have the cut off hands where they're literally cut. And it just doesn't immerse me. I wasn't immersed by looking at those gameplay videos at all. I mean, I'm just saying. So I think what they're doing, and I'm just keeping it real, I'm 110% with this, guys. I think people are going to be paying, whoever's buying these VR machines or devices, they're basically paying $500 to $1,000, depending on which one of these things you want to buy. Okay, HTC or PlayStation, whatever ones you feel like you want to buy, you're paying this money to become beta testers. Okay, that's basically what you're doing. All right, you're testing out these games, you're sending out feedback, and then they're gonna go off of that. That's just my opinion. You may love VR, and if you do love VR, hey, more power to you. If you own all the other VRs, if that's your thing, hey man, live your life and love it. You know, and when they announced it, oh, we're going to be showing VR games, I just kind of rolled my eyes because that's just not my thing. That's what that was there. But I was hoping that, you know, usually Sony State of Plays, they give us a lot. This is probably one of the weakest ones I remember. I don't remember one being this weak before. I don't think so. They kind of gave us a little heads up, you know, and I thought they were kind of just trying to snow us, but they told us, oh, we're going to be doing third-party games. We're going to be showing third-party games. So games that are going to be released for most systems, okay, at least the Xbox and the Sony PlayStation, maybe some for the Nintendo, whether you're going to stream it or whatever. But anyway, I was hoping that, okay, they're not telling us everything. They're going to hit us with something else. And they kind of did, but I don't know. I loved it. I'm going to talk about that a little bit later, but pretty much this was a blown mission. Okay, is what they were trying to do in my eyes. I'm not going to discuss everything. They didn't show a lot, but they showed a few things. And like I said, these games are not exclusive to Sony. We didn't get any first party games shown here. I was hoping we may get some Final Fantasy 16 or something like that, but we got none of that. So some of the games they showed, and I can't wait to get to this last one. But anyway, we got some Street Fighter 6 reveals, character reveals. We got Zangief, we got Lily, and we got Cammy. We got a little gameplay showing some of their moves and ultimates and stuff like that. That's dope for sure. Some of the OG characters, some of the OGs. You got Cammy, you got Zangief in here. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to Street Fighter 6. I really am. I can't wait. It's going to be super crazy. I think I have a channel, a YouTube channel that's just sitting on ice. I have like maybe a handful of videos in there, but I think it may be time to bring this channel up when Street Fighter comes out. It's called Not Your Average Fighter. And yeah, I'm looking forward to this one because you're going to get to play all the great characters that we all know and love. I'm a real big Ken fan, and hopefully we get Balrog later down the line because I love him as well. Love Street Fighter, what it's already offering, but you got to also remember this is going to be a zone or a mode where you can actually create your character as well. You can create your own character and train under all the OGs and learn other moves. And I'm excited about this. It just brings so much to the table, man. But anyway, we got that information on Street Fighter 6. The next thing they showed was, of course, the Resident Evil 4, another big game, okay, coming out the end of March. I think March 24th. Can't wait for this one. We got the trailer. We also got news that a demo is on the way soon. I don't know how soon. It can't be too far off because the game comes out in fucking March. Okay. So it'll be maybe within the next week or two, I'm hoping, and we get this demo. So looking forward to that as well. And then Baldur's Gate 3. Baldur's Gate looks pretty good. Definitely looks pretty good. Better than the first couple of games. I'll see what happens with that. But, you know, there's another game that is coming out not too long down the line that kind of resembles Baldur's Gate. But they showed Baldur's Gate 3, and that was cool. And then they showed a game that goes by the name of Goodbye Volcano High. It's basically a coming of age story and a rhythm game, okay, crammed into one thing. All right, it's animated. You play these characters that are animals in a different kind of crazy looking world or universe, if you want to call it that. And I've seen this game before. I've seen previews or trailers about this game months back, and I just didn't know when it was coming out. It's nothing that really piqued my interest personally, but it's something I just bring up. It was a game I just thought I'd talk to you guys about really quick. So yeah, Goodbye Volcano High. Another game on here is, well, I talked about the 5 VR games. I'm not going to name those. I will talk about the thing that everybody's talking about right now when it comes to this last state of play. And I'm talking about Suicide Squad Kills the Justice League. All right. Now, this game here, I had high hopes for it. I really did, man. I really did, because it was Rocksteady. If you guys aren't familiar with Rocksteady, they're the same company who's done all the Batman games, the Arkham Knight games, okay, all the Arkham titles, pretty much. They have done that, okay? And they had a awesome engine, especially the combat engine was dope in that game. So I'm assuming that this game was going to have some of the same, at least in this. Okay. I understand there's guns involved, there's shooting and all of that, but that's all this game looks to be. Okay. It looks so basic, and all the characters pretty much have guns and are shooting guns and jumping around this map in the city and shooting guns, different guns, shotguns, small guns, laser guns. You know what I mean? All these things. It just didn't seem very fun. Okay. And also, on top of all of that, this game is it's a paid service game. Okay. So you have gear, scores, and all of this other stuff, man. And I'm just like, it's gonna die. It's people are already shitting on this game, and it's gonna be dead on arrival, man. And that's the world we live in now. And it's kind of good, but when you put so much time and money into the game, it's got to crush your soul to know or to hear what the people are talking about your game before it even comes out. They're probably right now, as we speak, in a boardroom, running around profusely, sweating profusely, just basically just not knowing what to do next. Okay, panicking. I would be. I know that for sure. If I'm getting the feedback that everybody they seem to be receiving, it's not good. It's not a good look. And I just don't understand. A lot of these companies, they feel like, since they have a name, Rocksteady had a name, and they stood on their name, and they felt that, we're Rocksteady. We can make this work. Let's try something different. Let's go against the grain. Let's get away from our comfort zone. Let's come and do something completely different than what we've ever done before. And now you're seeing the results. I don't care who you are as a company. Okay. Don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to discourage change or trying new things, but don't completely flip it upside down. Okay. It just doesn't work. It's not working. And people are really getting tired of these free to play online games where you got to pay this money. And some of them are so bold to where, yeah, you're going to buy the game and it's a fucking cash grab as well. Okay. Some people have no fucking shame. They don't. And they're going to continue to do this, but it's a dying breed out here now. Okay. They claim that single player games are dead. And those were the execs. Okay. Trying to push this online agenda on everyone. Okay. They have to be smarter than that. Now, I'm not saying every online game is trash. It's not. There are plenty of games out here that I fucking adore that are multiplayer. Okay. But there's different recipes for this. Okay. You have games like Bloodborne and, Wulong that is about to come out, which I'm going to get to a little bit later. You have games like that, co-op games that are awesome to play, but not every time I turn around, buy this pack here and get this here and get the skin here for that. And look, come on, man. Come on. Just stop it. It's just, it gets old. You make shit not fun anymore. And then a year later, or maybe even 6 months later from there, when the game flops or it doesn't do anything, guess what they do? They're going to fuck the players who actually give a fuck about this game, and they're going to throw it in the shitter. And all that money that you spent on all those skins and all of those guns and all of that gear, guess what? It means nothing. It's fucking dust. Digital dust. It's nothing. You waste your money. There you have it. You have nothing to show for it. That is it. That is all. Okay. And that's the thing I'm talking about here. As a gamer, I would like a little bit of value. Okay. with my money, the money that I'm spending, the money that you guys are spending. That's all I'm saying. Give us some value, man. Don't give us a quick fix, because that's what a lot of this shit is, a quick fix. You can't turn around 3 or 4 years later and go back to this game, this multiplayer game that you used to love to fucking play. That is a fucking pipe dream. It's not going to happen. Okay? As soon as you realize that, the better off in life you'll be. So you know what I do as a gamer? I just avoid that shit. I avoid it. I stick to the things that I love and I covet it. But hey, that's here nor there. Anyway, Suicide Squad Kills the Justice League is it's not looking good, guys. It's basically the point I'm trying to make. It's not looking good at all. And Rocksteady, if you're listening, you need to stick to what paid the bills before. Stick to what made you rock steady. No pun intended. That was pretty much the Sony's state of play right there. I mean, that was it. Okay. That was all. All right. People are shitting on it all over Twitter, all over the internet, and deservingly so. I have to get on board with this one. This was a pretty boo-boo based, butter inflicted state of play. It was. And hopefully the next one, it can't get any worse than this. So the next one will definitely be better. Okay. When they're ready to show something. We probably won't see anything else from Sony probably until E3. I mean, if I'm being honest, I don't know, but I will definitely keep you guys posted. You know, I will. Now, let's go ahead and talk about a bright spot. There was one bright spot in this state of play, and that was the announcement of Naruto, Boruto, Ultimate Ninja Storm. It's Connections, my bad. I'm tripping. I call it Naruto Storm Connections for short. This name is fucking long as hell. It needs to be addressed. But anyway, this is basically, I'm bittersweet about this because this is basically Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm 4 with, it's basically a DLC. It kind of feels like a DLC to me because I have that game, okay, and all the ones before it, 1, 2, 3, and 4. But it's basically the same game. You get all those characters plus an additional, I think they're adding like 6 characters on launch. And then what's cool about it though is 2 things. This is why I'm excited for it. I'm a huge Naruto fan. If you guys don't know, for the newcomers listening, everybody else, all the OG listeners know I fucking love Naruto. That community was crazy. All right. I remember first getting into this game and the community was really cool. And I met a lot of cool people within that community. And I see a resurgence of that. That's the cool thing because that's one cool thing. The cool thing about it. The next cool thing about it is the fact that they're going to be adding new up-to-date characters. I think that's the one that everybody's going to be most excited for. Okay. Everything that's going on in Boruto right now, if you haven't been watching, I'm going to be watching the anime, but I've been seeing things about in the manga and even about the anime, but I try not to dig too deep into it because, you know, I'm trying not to get spoiled too much, but it's heating up right now. If you guys aren't familiar with Boruto and what's going on there, but anyway, we're going to get a time. I know we're going to get a time skip. Boruto. We're going to get a Kawaki. We're going to get a lot of these other characters that we never got in the Boruto series because we only got like a few Boruto characters, you know. I think, yeah, we did. We got very few. I think like 4 characters or something like that. But yeah, so hopefully, and they said they're going to be adding more characters as time progresses. So the roster should be pretty fucking fat. I think it's like 124 right now, something like that. But after they finish, I mean, it should be good looking like it could be a good 150 if they do it correctly. You know, one thing they never, you know, shied away from on those games, those Connect 2 games, is characters. Okay, they gave you characters. They gave you multiple variations of characters. And that's one thing I definitely appreciate about them. And a lot of different movesets for a lot of these characters as well. So I'm excited for that just as a Naruto fan. But the one downside to that is like somebody like me who already has these games and all of that, you know, they're going to charge full price for this, I think. And I think the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X and S, they're going to have 60 frames. But the downside to that is I think it's going to be cross play only within the systems. So if you have a PlayStation 4, you can play against people with PlayStation 5 and so on. Same thing with the Xbox side. Xbox One, you can play it with Xbox, Series S or X players. But the downside to that is the fact that online they keep it at 30 frames per second. Okay, that's because if you're playing against somebody who doesn't have your system, they're gonna have to fix that, remedy that. And the only way to do that is just to make it universally 30 frames online. So that's going to throw some people off. And that's the thing. And that's really a main thing, because this community is all about online playing. Okay. Now, me personally, I can sit up and play with my son because we play a lot of it, just us, but still. And I'd play the computer. I'd play, and they're going to add, I think, new story arcs in there too. I think they said something about Sasuke's. They're going to add some more Sasuke stuff in there. So for all the Sasuke fans, rejoice. You're going to get some stuff put in there, some extra stuff. So enjoy that as well. I'm going to get it. I love Naruto. It's kind of like a thing that I have to get it. And I definitely want to play as some of the newer characters and see how that's going to go down. Okay. But yeah, so there you have it. That is a announcement right there. They don't have a release date. All they tell us is it's going to be 2023. That's it. That could be any time. That could be the end of the year, whatever. So we'll see how that happens. Hopefully they put it out early, because if it's early, then that means we get more characters towards the end of the year, and that'd be dope. Okay. That was the highlight for me. That was the highlight for me of Sony's State of Play. That's what they showed. Don't worry, Xbox fans, you're going to be able to play it. This game's coming out for, like I said, all platforms. But the community is strongest by far in the PlayStation community. And I've known that for a long time, since I even started playing the game. There's people who even left comments. I hope they make this cross play, because if they don't, then the Xbox version is going to die very quickly. So hopefully that's not the case. Hopefully it's not. I think there's a lot of Naruto fans who have Xboxes too, so that shouldn't be a big, deal. But I really hope they do crossplay. If they're gonna make everybody play 30 frames per second anyway, you might as well make all of it crossplay. But we'll see, man. We'll see what happens. I definitely know that community is coming back strong. I can see new tournaments coming out. I can see all kinds of shit going on with this game. So put me in, baby. For sure. Let's move on to the next bit of news. And I want to talk about this Dragon Ball shit, man, because we have a DLC on the way that I didn't even know I wanted, but it's here. It's coming. It's coming out this year. That's all we know. 2023. We don't know anything else about it, because if you guys don't remember, the last DLC that came out for Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, and this is what I'm talking about, Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, was the Bardock DLC. I haven't even had a chance to play that one yet, but I am going to play it. This one here just blew my mind. Okay, the number 5 DLC. Everybody's been talking about it because it goes back to the OG Dragon Ball. Okay, this one it centers around the 23rd Martial Arts Tournament. I can't make this shit up. This is an awesome arc, guys. If you have not seen any Dragon Ball, period, that the 22nd Martial Arts Tournament arc and the 23rd Martial Arts Tournament arc, both those fucking arcs, man, are fucking amazing. They're my favorite arc. Two of my favorite arcs in Dragon Ball, besides the Frieza saga. I'm telling you right now, if you're into Dragon Ball at all, even just a little bit, a lot of you guys haven't seen Dragon Ball, but you need to check it out. Dragon Ball is the shit, man. I'm telling you guys. There's some of the best fights were in Dragon Ball. And the 23rd Martial Arts Tournament is one of those, okay? You had so many great fights. Now, what's exciting is the possibilities, because right now we don't have a lot of information, guys. We do know the participants who are in there. We've got screenshots. One of my favorite characters besides Vegeta, Ten Shinhan, is a staple in this arc. He definitely was in the 22nd Martial Arts Tournament. He was the main fucking villain in the 22nd Martial Arts Tournament. Matter of fact, that arc was called the Ten Shinhan arc. Okay, just like the Frieza arc or the Cell saga, he had his own arc in the 22nd. So the 23rd Martial Arts Tournament, guys. And if you guys don't know, for the little history lesson real quick, a little tidbit here, Tien actually won the 22nd Martial Arts Tournament. Okay. He won that bitch. All right. The 23rd Martial Arts Tournament, Goku won. Now, the fights, there's a lot of dope fights here. So I'm assuming, just like the game and the past DLCs, they're going to allow us to play as some of the other characters. Because if you play Goku, just Goku, you're only a few fights because of the tournament. So you got to go through some of the other characters. So I'm guessing you're going to play with all the characters on the Z team who will eventually become the Z team, I guess. And that includes Krillin, that includes Tenshinhan, Chaozu, technically, those type of characters, Yamcha. I guess that's who you're going to control. And then when Goku's in the ring, you're going to play as him. I don't know how they're going to do this, guys. I'm so excited though. I'm excited to play as Tenshinhan though, because that is because they're support characters in the rest of the game, and that's cool. But like Piccolo, you could play as him. I just would have loved to play as all the characters, in their little arcs or whatever. Like even in the Cell Saga where they let me play as Tien and play that kind of moment, that would be dope. Or even when the androids came and everybody was fighting against the androids, it'd be cool to control another character. But it's all good. I understand how that works. But this one here, there's no escaping, I don't think. We've got to be able to play as Tien. One of the most epic fights, moments, I should say, as a Tien fan myself, is in the 23rd Martial Arts Tournament, because that's how he got his scar on his chest. Like if anybody wonders about Tien and how he got that scar across his chest, that takes place during this tournament, okay? And one of my other favorite characters, my top 5, he's like number 5, I think, my list, is Tao Pai Pai, aka Mercenary Tao. He's in this tournament as well, and he fought Tien, and he's the one that gave Tien that scar. And I ain't gonna lie, Tien mopped him up though. He mopped his ass so bad in the fight, and just showed his growth as a fighter. That's just one battle. I cannot wait to play that fight. I cannot wait to see Goku versus Tien in this one. Goku versus Piccolo. This is where Piccolo first debuts, guys. Okay, like you're gonna see a lot of shit, and this is grounded combat as well. So, like I said, it's not a whole bunch of flying around. It's straight up, hand to hand combat out here. Okay, on this fucking ring. And I can't wait to see how they're going to do this. This is just, I'm so hyped for this. You just don't understand. So I can't wait to break it down. I will definitely be buying this DLC day one, and I will definitely be partaking in it. All of that. I'm going to probably do some videos and all that shit, right? I cannot fucking wait for this. Be looking out for that. I just thought I wanted to share that. And, yeah, man, it made my day. Anime, Dragon Ball fan, Naruto. I got the best of both worlds, two of my favorite anime, and you got some great news video game wise on it. Like, how can that not be a fucking win, right? That's just me. We're headed towards the end of the show now, and I want to talk about what I've been playing. I've been playing a lot of different shit, man, like this past week. Like, oh my God. And, TikTok has put me on a couple of these games. All right. One I downloaded and I have not played yet, which is One Piece. One Piece. Oh, goddamn. What's the damn actual name of it? It is One Piece something Seeker. I can't think of the exact name. It's an open world RPG. Saw some guy playing it on TikTok, and they were talking with the One Piece community and all of that, and it looked cool, So I found it on sale. Like it was literally like $9, and it was the deluxe edition. So you got all the DLC. Of course, my boy Zoro is the first DLC. So I said, yes, I definitely want this DLC. So yeah, and everything else. So haven't played it yet. I just paid for it, and I don't even think I downloaded it yet. I got it on Xbox. Anyway, I've been playing a shit ton of Xbox too. I think I mentioned that before, but this is the most I've ever played my Xbox, man. And I'm having a fucking blast doing it. And it just makes me so happy. I made the decision to get the Game Pass because it was originally just something for my son. Like I got him his Xbox One, and then I got the Game Pass back then, like a couple years back, and it was for him mainly. And then I just started saying, oh, what are you playing here? What games they have to offer? So I was like, yo, this is all on Game Pass? Man, I might have to make that move. So I bought a Xbox Series S. The rest is history. And then I got him an Xbox Series S. He upgraded this last Christmas. So yeah, man, we've been playing games all over the fucking place, man. But anyway, the games I've been playing a little bit of something, a little something. Now, if you guys don't know, Atomic Heart just came out, and I've been playing the shit out of that game. It's an awesome game. I'm letting you guys know right now. Definitely play that. If you have Game Pass, it's free. You owe it to yourself to play this game. It's definitely worth buying too. If you don't have Game Pass and you got another system, and you need to buy this game, play this game. If you like first person shoot, if you like BioShock, you'd probably be at home with this game. I'll say that. You'd be at home with this game. I'm still early in the game. Like I just recently, I was in this dungeon. The game, it was a long little dungeon, man. It's all this shit going on. But I just made it to the outside area of the place and got some blueprints for some new weapons and shit like that. Met this crazy old lady. I'm not gonna spoil anything. Check the game out. That's what I've been playing. I've been playing a lot of that. Also, believe it or not, this game just came out of nowhere. And I saw somebody just playing this as this guy who just streams this every night on fucking TikTok, man. The UFC 4. Now, I'm a boxing fan and I love my boxing games. I love, I still play. I literally played some last night. I played some a couple days ago. I play Fight Night. I love Fight Night. Okay, Fight Night Champion. Play the shit out of that. Love all the Fight Night games. Even back in the day on PlayStation when they first came out with EA came out with Knockout Kings. Okay, like I've played them all and love them all. Boxing is my favorite sport. So UFC, man. I'm not a UFC guy. Don't watch a lot of UFC. I mean, I watch clips. I know some fighters or whatever, but the game is awesome. I downloaded it. I had a fucking hell of a time trying to find my EA account and get all that shit working because EA is a pain in the ass, man. I had to go through fucking hoops just to find my name connected. It was just a pain in the ass, but finally did. Cool. Created a character. I'm going to create a female character as well eventually, and just create a whole stable of fighters in different weight classes and stuff, and just fight, man. It's a really deep game, man. Those games are fucking deep, and it was a lot more fun than I thought they would be. And this is like a PS4. This is old. This came out in like 2020, I think. UFC 4 did, but people still play it. It's a huge phenom out there, and I want a piece of that pie. Even though I may suck at it, if I suck at it, I don't care. It's fun. It's really fun. So I've been playing that, a lot of that. And what else have I been playing? Oh, the demo. Wulong Fallen Dynasty is out. The demo is out. The game comes out literally in a week from now, like Tuesday. Shit, less than a week. God damn me. Wait, is it Tuesday the 3rd? Wait, today is no, I think it's coming out. I know it comes out, I think, on the 3rd. I have to double check and look for the release date, guys. I can't remember. I think it's this coming up Tuesday. This game is awesome. I played both. I'm playing the demo now, currently, but it's a completely different demo than the one they had before. Okay, they had a demo like maybe 5-6 months ago, the first demo, and it was a timed demo. I don't know if this one's timed or not, but this one, the last one was timed. It was different. They definitely changed some shit, okay? One thing I remember them changing is the parry window. That parry window was almost impossible to fucking catch on the first demo. Okay. I can definitely tell they tweaked and twerked some things for the better too. For the better. I also remember them not giving us an option for performance mode or graphics mode when you begin to play. And this is the first game that I really noticed 30 frames and 60 frames, that it really like just jaw-dropping results. Like it was like night and fucking day. Well, besides, I'd say the other game, the second place, I'd give that to The Last of Us. But The Last of Us wasn't nearly as bad as this. Okay. And the reason why it is, I was trying to record some gameplay because I'm still trying to figure out how to get my gameplay, a substantial amount of gameplay and stuff off my Xbox when I start playing these games, so I can start editing them and put some stuff out here for you guys or whatever on social media. And it played back in 30 frames. At first I thought, what is this, slow motion? They like, my character's really slow. But then I realized, oh shit, they're playing that shit back in 30 frames. So when I edit it, I'm going to have to edit it in back to 60. But yeah, man, I noticed it like night and day. So if you're definitely trying to decide how you want to play this, do performance mode. 60 frames. The graphics, the difference in the graphic fidelity is not, in my opinion, is sufficient. It's not going to make or break, that. I'm just telling you, it's like night and day. But anyway, game is awesome. This demo here is definitely, you can tell that they have their build ready. The game is pretty much done. You can tell by this build how it looks because they also gave you the option to roll over your save. So I created a female character, was the first character I created, and she's awesome looking. And this also has a transmog. I was wondering about that because in the demo right now where I'm at, I have to put on whatever the fuck I can get my hands on. I look terrible. I hate the gear that I'm wearing, but later on down the line, when you meet the blacksmith, I heard that they do have where you unlock the transmog system and you can look how you want to look. And that's what I'm excited for too. But yeah, the gameplay is great. I'm really loving the game. If you guys aren't familiar with who it is, it's Team Ninja, who is responsible for this. Same people who did Neo, the Neo series. And like I said, you have magic abilities, you have combat abilities. You can carry 2 multiple weapons at once. The bows, you have bows and stuff eventually where you get, I mean, it's awesome, man. It's a Dark Souls-esque type of game. It's definitely not for the faint at heart. If you want a challenge, this is definitely a game for you. And that's what it entails, man. And I've been playing, and this is the last game I've put my hands on before I went and handled my business and jumped on this podcast. So it's really nice. And it also has, I think, co-op where you can play with somebody. So that's going to be even funner. I need to look. I may have to change that, guys. But from what I read, it does. It allows you to play co-op. I'll correct myself next week if that is wrong, because I'm going to be playing a lot of this when it comes out. I got a lot of stuff on my plate, like I told you guys before. This next couple of weeks, man, it's going to be crazy. Going to be moving and stuff like that. So, oh man, I hate moving. I never look forward to it. It sucks all the time. And you know, it is what it is. So what we're going to be trying to do, we're moving. For you guys who don't know, we're moving to my girl's mother's place. She has a house and she lives alone, and we're moving there for a year until the summer of 2024. And then in the summer of 2024, we're going to try to find our dream house. That's the goal. That's the thing. So the real challenge is going to be trying to move from Texas, where we're at now, and try to find a house in Georgia where we're going to be relocating to. So that's going to be, I've never done that. I've never spoken to anybody who's done that. I haven't even really done too much research. I know it's been done many, many times, especially since the COVID stuff has happened. A lot of people who are moving out of state, they go visit the place they want to go, and then they check out the areas or whatnot, and they find an area they like, and then they start searching for homes. Okay. And trying to get all that. So that's what we're kind of like doing. That's where we're at right now. And that's what the next year, a little over a year is going to look like. Okay. So just say a prayer for me. That's all I'll say. And then once that last move is done, because I'll rest easy, because I do not want to move from Texas to an apartment just to move to a house. If that makes any sense. I'd rather cut that middleman out. It just doesn't make any sense. And if we can get all this shit done before that, hey, more power to us. Okay. Gonna have a basement. Our shit's gonna have a basement. It has to have a basement. It's mandatory that we have a basement. That's gonna be where I dwell. That's gonna be my domicile, guys. And trust me, I can't wait to get it set up, and I'm already daydreaming about it and everything. But when it's done and it's complete, I'm going to give you the ultimate fucking tour of it. You know what I mean? I can't wait. It's going to be decked out in anime, decked out in games. It's just going to be so nerdy, and I can't fucking wait. I can't wait, guys, to show you. But anyway, I went off on a tangent. But anyway, that's going to do it for the show, man. I want to thank everybody for coming out, downloading, streaming, listening. Okay. Whenever, however, I don't give a damn. I'm just blessed to have you guys listen. Okay. All the newcomers, I hope you come back next week. We do this every Monday, same bad time, same bad channel. And if you want to show a little bit more love, a little bit more appreciation, you can. And you want to show some support, some extra support for the show, you can go, all my Dragon Ball fans, go to my website, dragonballdrip.com, and get a hoodie, get a fucking coffee mug, get something, and anything you buy there will go towards helping out the show. Okay. That's what I want. Also, I want you to go check out the Dragon Ball Drip TikTok page. All right. We're doing well. We've kind of slowed down on the subs, on the followers though. I think I'm at like 730 followers or something like that. Like 27,000 likes, but you know, the road to 1,000 is close. When I get to 1,000, they allow you to stream. So once I hit 1,000, I'm going to try to stream, you know, Dragon Ball stuff, like Dragon Ball games. You know, I might stream, you know, Dragon Ball episodes or something like that, you know, certain days. So be looking out for that, guys, definitely. And also show your love to the YouTube channel as well, the Random Gameplay Pimpin YouTube channel. Also, go ahead and show your love for the Random Gameplay Pimpin TikTok over there as well. So yeah, man, just simple things. If you don't want to spend any money, just show love and support and go subscribe to those channels or follow, you know, the TikToks and all that. And we good. So all we got to do, we good, man. You know what I'm saying? So I would love to definitely get in touch with a lot of my listeners, some of you guys, and pick your brains from time to time and talk to you guys about a lot of this stuff. So I'm working on some Discord stuff. That's probably way down the pipeline. You know, some Facebook stuff. I'm working on a lot of things. I'm trying to get the community set up to where even if I'm not around or I'm not doing anything in there, there's somebody always there. We're a lot of like-minded people, and we love video games and we love anime and stuff like that. So I'm just trying to keep us, you know, as one. I'm trying to get a community, not just this podcast, but I'm trying to create something beautiful for us for the foreseeable future, man. You know what I mean? And that's going to do it. So now I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to edit this video and go to sleep, or I'll play a little bit more Wulong, but then I'll go to sleep. But with that being said, I'm out, guys. I love you very much. This is your boy, Studio MacGyver, and you have been listening to Random Gameplay Pimpin'. See you next time.